Today we again will talk about the most recent Tesla news. In today's update we have things such as price increases, why Tesla needs to reopen their Supercharger network, Full Self-Driving 11 updates, and even some slander. So let's get started. Tesla is currently expanding insurance coverage outside of the United States for the first time. Initially, Tesla insurance was also offered in California, but it has since expanded to many other states and includes a program that uses real-time driving data to determine premiums. It utilizes the Tesla safety rating, so the higher the rating, the lower the premium, and vice versa. This program is now available in 12 states with the exception of California, which does not utilize the safety score. In large part, the success of Tesla insurance can be attributed to the fact that Tesla is able to offer lower rates than competitors, who typically charge high premiums for Tesla vehicles. In most cases, Tesla offers a lower price which lowers the cost of ownership for Tesla purchasers and in turn reduces Tesla insurance costs across the board. According to Tesla, average drivers should be able to save 20 to 40% on their premiums in comparison to other competitors. Those with the highest scores may save 30 to 60%. CFO Zachary Kirkhorn discussed Tesla's expansion into Europe, stating, quote, "As we even more progress rolling out in the States and each incremental state becomes a little bit less effort than the previous, we'll turn our attention to the European market." End quote. We may be able to accomplish this by the end of the year, beginning work on Europe by year's end. We'll have to observe our progress in the United States. Tesla appears to have reached this point. They are currently only in 12 of the 50 states in the US, but they are beginning to expand into the United Kingdom. Company's house filings indicate that Elon Musk's Automaker intends to open a branch of its Malta-based insurance business in the United Kingdom. Tesla is in the process of hiring a lawyer to their London headquarters for their needs here, so this is a small step that could lead to a lot of insurance expansion. For Tesla owners in Europe, this is a great first step that ultimately should lead to lower insurance prices. Long term, analysts have said that Tesla insurance could become a top 10 carrier. It is often an overlooked aspect of Tesla's business that continues to grow daily. The price of a Tesla has fluctuated to the point where we may need to plot it like a stock in the near future. Last year, there were numerous price hikes because at the start of 2023, they drastically reduced the prices of all their vehicles. For many individuals, the Model Y's $13,000 price reduction from $65,000 to $52,000 was the most significant change. That was the first US model, the all-wheel drive Model Y with extended range. Shortly thereafter, when demand for the Model Y was on the rise, Tesla began gradually increasing the price of the Model Y, as we observed a $500 increase in the price of the long-range model, but knew that Tesla could not exceed the $55,000 price cap for this vehicle to qualify for the new tax incentive. Since then, however, the cap has increased to $80,000, putting it in line with other electric SUVs, which means Tesla only needs to consider pricing in relation to customers. The only limit is $80,000, which they must remain below as long as people are purchasing the vehicle. Well, shortly after this modification, Tesla increased the price of the Model Y by an additional $1,500. Consequently, the Model Y long range now begins at $54,990. Just this week, though, the performance model saw another $500 increase, bringing that car up to $58,990. Simultaneously, Tesla commences sales of the Model Y standard range with the 4680 cell. This automobile has a starting price of up to $51,990 and is only available as inventory. This is almost exactly what I anticipated would occur when I noticed that the standard model range were priced in a similar range. They are now distinguished by $3,000. I will not be surprised if this trend continues and we continue to see a small price increase until Tesla observes a decline in demand. While the Tesla Model Y, Tesla's most popular vehicle, has been steadily increasing in price, the Model 3 rear-wheel drive has been decreasing. This vehicle's base price was just reduced by another $500, bringing it to $42,990. They still have yet to introduce the long-range Model 3, and the performance is sitting at $53,990, just $1,100 below its tax credit MSRP price cap for the Model 3 as a sedan. It's very interesting to watch these price changes and also so frustrating. It's how Tesla responds to demand, and it makes sense, but it's not enjoyable. Over in China, Tesla has been doing the same. They first slashed vehicle prices there before the US, and now the Model Y price has increased by 2,001. This slight increase reduces the starting price of the Model Y to around $38,577 USD. Technically, this is a very different model than the standard Model Y sold in the United States, but the roughly $13,000 price difference between the two is very intriguing. It demonstrates how low Tesla could potentially lower their prices, as well as the output of their Shanghai factory. At Tesla's Investor Day on March 1st, we will likely hear more about scale and how it will be the primary driver of price reduction. In light of the significant price reduction that has occurred, it is now a little easier to decide when to purchase a Tesla. Nevertheless, we now have no idea what the future holds. I anticipate Tesla will continue to raise prices until demand begins to slow, but we'll have to wait and see. It is intriguing that they continue to reduce the price of a rear-wheel drive Model 3. This could be to clear inventory and increase demand, as is customary, or it could be to make room for their newly updated Project Highland model. Covered Model 3s have been spotted for quite some time, and it's expected that at least a few exterior details will change, even if the manufacturing changes will be the most significant. Next up today, one of the Tesla's biggest advantages remains their Supercharger network. They realized earlier that their cars would only be good as their charging stations, so they have spent years expanding their incredibly reliable and fast charging network. They continue to expand this network on a daily basis, with numerous new stations coming online each week, and it continues to set them apart from the competition. In the United States, all other EVs rely on third-party chargers and are unable to use Tesla's superchargers. Unfortunately, these chargers are a stark contrast to Tesla's superchargers and frequently experience charging issues. Tesla has been discussing for some time opening their supercharger network to all EVs as a solution. This has already been implemented in 15 different European countries, and there are logistical concerns regarding how short charger cables will reach other EVs, how to plug a Tesla charging cable into a CCS port, and more. But it appears that Tesla's Magic Dock addresses at least one of these issues. This will unlock the CCS converter when charging a non-Tesla vehicle. We do not know how they will handle cable length, cars facing different directions, and other factors, but we also don't know how Tesla will handle congestion, or if allowing anyone to use their charging standard is their ultimate goal. This appears to be the optimal and superior solution for all vehicles, as their charger is significantly smaller and more powerful than CCS. Regardless, CCS is becoming the norm in the United States. Even though that has been talked about for some time, we have no date as to when this change would happen in the United States, but now Tesla may be forced to open them up. According to a new Reuters article, the Department of Transportation is expected to finalize a requirement next week that will force Tesla to expand beyond its proprietary charging equipment in the United States and add the charger used by its competitors. If Tesla does not open up these chargers, they will be left out of the $7.5 billion in subsidies that the government is planning to spend on charging infrastructure. A shortage of EV chargers on U.S. roads has slowed the growth of EV sales and the positive environmental impact, according to advocates. They plan to install 500,000 EV chargers within the next few years, and charging infrastructure is a major concern for electric vehicles. Nobody wants to buy a car that they can't be free to drive where they want, and according to Reuters, Tesla's intentions that have been known for some time. In January, they sent the FHA a letter with the suggestions for pricing. They responded to a request for charging proposals in Ohio, charging despite the fact that the Supercharger network is currently a significant exclusive benefit for purchasing a Tesla. It is evident that they do not intend to keep that way forever. As of right now, states officially say that they have heard from Tesla and that they are keeping the door open but have not committed. In opening their network, however, they will face some new challenges. They must strike a balance between potential federal subsidies for expanding their network and maintaining their competitive advantage on pricing. It will also be considerably more difficult to manage a network of EVs. Tesla proposed that superchargers could qualify if they are correlated with the CCS chargers that work with other cars, but reportedly the administration did not consider this proposal. There will be additional minimum funding requirements, and any business that meets them will have to access its funding. I hope there are stringent requirements for the uptime and dependability of the third-party chargers. Since then, Tesla vehicles have shipped without parking sensors, a feature that is now standard on nearly all automobiles. Tesla stated that they would be reinstated in the near future, but we are still waiting this update. A few weeks ago, a Tesla with attached ultrasonic sensor began displaying a subject distance. We are awaiting Tesla's delivery of this feature on cars without the USS sensors, so there should be confirmation that Tesla is testing Tesla Vision to detect nearby objects, but only on vehicles that have USS. The two systems may have collaborated for an extended period of time, and in a similar boat, Tesla's FSD beta V11.3 has been scheduled to be pushed to testers later this week. Yesterday, when we asked when the new single stack would be released, Elon responded this week and will enter limited beta, before a wide release in North America, probably. Then we adapt for EU roads and comply with authorities. Regarding the sensor suite for FSD and Autopilot, Tesla has received approval in Europe to sell the Model S and X with Hardware 4, also referred to as Autopilot 4. This would be their updated computer and camera suite, which would advance Autopilot and FSD. That's it, folks. Another Tesla update has been sent to you guys. We hope that a majority of you received the whole thing, and if you do, thanks for watching the entire video. As always, if you enjoyed it, leave a like, and if you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks, have a great day.